Hi everyone, and welcome to today's General Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. Oh my goodness, what a day today, so let's get right to it. At the Haunted Star, Dante, seriously, he's like calling her. He's like, I'm really worried. I have your purse. You're not answering me. Call me. And I'm like, oh my god, Dante, like call for backup. Realize there's something wrong. Which he does, because he's not leaving. So Lulu, I was wrong. She isn't being weighted down, but I kind of forgot to take into consideration how cold the water is. So that's obviously why she's struggling. I think we all would be struggling to stay afloat in like freezing water. So Dante finally sees her in the water and jumps in to save her. Yay! So Lulu is straight up drowning, and Dante grabs her and pulls her to the surface. Dante gives Lulu CPR on the deck of the boat, and obviously the actor can't give her real compressions for obvious reasons. So can we just take a second to enjoy the painfully fake compressions he was giving her just for a second? Okay. Hashtag the little things, right? So she's alive, and he says he loves her, and he kisses her on the forehead, and then for some reason the show like paused. And did that happen to anyone else? I'm trying to find, my light got really bright because my heater turned off. All right, that's a little better. Okay, so at the PCPD, Morgan wants to leave. He's in a manic episode. He's yelling about how he should have shot everyone at the pier. And Michael's like, hey, don't say that. Hush. And, then tells Jordan, like, hey, you can't use anything he said because he's in an episode. And Jordan wants Morgan transported to a holding cell. And Andre comes in and is like, absolutely not. So Morgan is upset that Andre's there. Michael's like, I called him. You need him here. And Andre tells Jordan that Morgan is having a manic episode and needs treatment right now. And she's not having it, to be quite honest with you. So Morgan doesn't want to go to the hospital, and Michael's like, hey, if you go to the hospital, you can see Kiki, so just go along with this. So I love Michael, I really do, he's my fave. So Andre tells Jordan that Morgan is a suicide risk and keeping him would be a liability, so she finally agrees to the transport, and Morgan agrees to cooperate, and the three of them head off to the hospital, and someone reported shooting at the All Saints Chapel. Dun dun dun. At the pier, Kiki was shot in the chest. It was not a through and through, so it's still stuck in there. And it's been, the paramedics arrived 10 minutes after the shooting. So Anna tells Paul that this was an absolute disaster. And Carly was going to ride with Kiki in the ambulance, but Paul stops her to talk about Morgan. And he wants to blame Morgan for the disaster. But to be honest, Paul botched this whole operation. So whatever. So Carly tells them about Morgan's phone call, and that's why Kiki was there. And Paul tells Carly that Kiki pushed Morgan out of the way and was shot. Anna and Paul think Sonny told Morgan about the deal. Carly's leaving. Paul doesn't want her to, and she threatens to sue him and the city. So Anna tells her she can go, and she's headed to the church where Sonny and the active hostage situation is. Anna tells Paul that this was a disaster waiting to happen, so me and Anna, same wavelength. And Paul tells Anna that Morgan showed up armed, and Paul wants to use Morgan to take down Sonny. Yeah, because you're like 10 steps ahead. Can we just deal with the now? Thank you. At the wedding! This is so exciting. Get ready for the excitement. So while Dixon's going on and on and on and on about how he should shoot Sonny, Christina gets up, but Sam pulls her down, and Alexis starts talking, so he doesn't realize she got up, but he realized something happened. And Alexis, she's like, you're really going to shoot him in front of his daughter? And has just revealed that Sonny's daughter is there. Why'd you do that? Now Dixon wants to know which of the three is Sonny's daughter. So Julian offers Dixon $5 million to leave, and he's going to think about it. I'm sorry, you offer me $5 million? I'm just going to take it and go. Like, what's there to think about? So Maxie begs Dixon to let Lucas help Nathan, and he's like, no. Nina runs up to Dixon and wants to help her brother, and he's like, no. Nicholas now offers up a helicopter and says Dixon asks, and Nick says Alexis is his aunt, and he asks Nick, which girl is Sonny's daughter? And I'm like, oh, Alexis, why? So DIXON's going to take Sonny's daughter as a hostage, and Sam says that she's his daughter, and DIXON doesn't believe it. DIXON calls Sonny helpless, and Sonny is kind of like messing around with his wheelchair when no one's looking. And then DIXON talks to Ava and basically says, like, you're the whole reason I'm here. So Ava tells DIXON to accept Sonny and Julian's offer, and he's like, no. So Ava gets up and offers herself as a hostage, and DIXON's like, no, I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. So he doesn't want her as a hostage, because no one would pay money to get her back. He said it, not me. He said it. But he does go to take Molly, and then Christina starts screaming that she's Sonny's daughter, and DIXON grabs her. Okay, hold on to your hats and your socks. Ready? So DIXON is like, I'm gonna go now with Christina. Don't follow me or she's dead. And Molly starts screaming behind DIXON. So he turns around away from Sonny to shut her up, and Sonny kicks the wheelchair out from under him, throws DIXON to the floor, punches him. Well, he punches him and then throws him to the floor, and holds him at gunpoint. Yes! Oh my god! So awesome, right? So then he's like, who's the helpless one now, you SOB? And I'm like, oh, that was so good. Oh, that was so good. So Sonny wants DIXON to get on his knees, and then Carly comes in and sees him standing with DIXON at gunpoint. And then Anna, and Paul walk in with their guns drawn. Well, Anna had her gun drawn. I don't think Paul didn't have a gun. So anyway, Lucas heads off to the hospital, and Jordan has arrived. Olivia tells Ava it was brave what she did, offering herself as a hostage. Although, like, I think that tune might change when she realizes, like, Ava is the whole reason he was there. But then she does ask what DIXON meant, that he was there because of her. The Jerome Davis family wonder how long Sonny's been able to walk, and are very grateful that, like, they're all okay. Sonny says he knows what gun it was because he owns one just like it. Oh dear, it's yours. So Carly asks Sonny how long it's been that he's been able to walk, and she's like, you know what, I don't want to know, and walks away. Carly tells Ava Kiki's been shot very sensitively. She's not like, yo, Ava, Kiki's been shot. No, she's like, she handles it very well. She was on the dock and was worried about Morgan and was shot trying to help him. And she says that she stayed with Kiki until the ambulance came, and Ava can see she's covered in Kiki's blood. So Ava goes running. She slaps Paul and says, my daughter was shot because of you. This is one of a few people that she's going to blame. And storms out, and she blames Paul for Kiki being shot. Christina hugs Sonny. Carly wants to go, and Anna says that she can. Alexis is so upset that this happened to her wedding. She feels like this happened to Sonny's weddings, not like mine or Julian's. So Olivia and Julian are glad Leo wasn't there. Although Olivia's kind of said it in like a way. Alexis wants a moment alone with Sonny, and she thinks Sonny knew something about this, and, like, I guess maybe he was the reason DIXON was there. No, not at all. So Sonny is free to leave, and he's going to call his lawyer if there's any more questions. And Anna thanks Sonny for getting involved because it could have been a lot worse. Jordan is not too happy that Paul again forgot to tell her about his operation, and she's not happy that her detective was shot as a result of his, like, negligence. And then Paul says to Anna that they make a good team, and Anna's like, are you serious right now? Really? At the hospital, Andre has them release Morgan into his custody, and Morgan's like, all right, glad that's over. I'm going to see Kiki. I was just playing along. And no, dear, that's not how it works. And they're going to admit Morgan. Kiki gets brought in, and Michael holds Morgan back. Andre tells Morgan he needs to trust him and stay there. Nathan is brought to the hospital. He should be fine once they stitch him up. It was a through and through the shoulder. Nina was impressed by Franco trying to distract the gunman. Ava arrives. Dante brings Lulu into the hospital. No wonder. He pulls the line, she's my wife. I don't know why it makes my heart melt when they say that. At first Jason and now Dante. They used to make a great team. I hope they bring that back. Anyway, so Ava starts screaming at Morgan and charges him and says he did this to her, or to Kiki, and it was his fault. And she goes to attack Morgan, and Michael stops her, and Franco pulls her away. And this is now the second person Ava will blame for Kiki being shot. I'm just, it was, I mean, yeah, Morgan was the direct reason Kiki was there, but then Paul was the reason the guns were there, and Ava was complicit in that, and like, it's just, it's DIXON's fault that Kiki was shot, because he's the one who shot her. There, I solved it. So back at the pier, Carly returns and starts throwing the guns, aka the evidence, into the water. Sonny stops her, and she wants to know why he lied to her. And now end scene. Anna says that she cooperated because of this train wreck of an operation was already in motion, and she still thinks that. Sorry, Paul. He still thinks that they make a good team. I can't get my thing. There we go. And she tells him to take all the credit because she doesn't want to be like credited for any of this. Alexis tells Julian she knows it wasn't his fault, and they're happy to be married and all their kids are okay. Lulu wakes up and Dante is there holding her hand. And she asks how he knew she was on the boat, and he says he just knew. Ava sees Kiki. Franco's there. She has the tube down. Intubated? I think she's intubated. Yeah, I watch a lot of medical shows. What? And I took medical terminology. What? That might not be the right term. I don't know. Morgan and Michael walk up to the door. Morgan's worried that she's going to die and it's going to be his fault. It's finally kind of sinking in, like, how much he screwed up tonight. So Carly feels lied to, obviously. Sonny tells Carly that Morgan had to hit rock bottom, and she says, oh, Morgan hit rock bottom all right here, and she tells him Morgan stole Sonny's gun, so yeah, that was your gun, and Kiki jumped in front of him, and that's how she wound up shot. She knows Sonny was using his condition as a strategy, and he says he hated lying, but he'd do it again, and her big issue is that Sonny let Morgan leave the house knowing he wasn't on his medication and knowing there was a shipment. And Sonny's like, well, I didn't know that Morgan knew, or, you know, something to that effect. And she says that this was always Morgan's life. It's always what it was going to be. But here's the twist. Instead of totally turning on each other, they turn to each other for comfort at the end of it. They lean into each other. Whereas I feel like the old incarnations, or like the younger versions of Sonny and Carly, would keep fighting, or like Carly would keep fighting, and then he would obviously just like fall into it, and they would separate and pull apart from each other. But this time they're pulling together, which I think shows a real sign of maturity for their relationship. Yeah, I never took psychology, actually, so that's just my interpretation. All right. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you like it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you tomorrow for more Drama Hospital. I hope you have a great day. Bye.